Hi everyone, my name is Shravya Rava and I'm going to be going over single and double loop learning with you guys. So thank you for joining me and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is a quick overview of single loop and double loop learning. So both single and double loop learning were developed by Chris Argyris and Donald Schron in the mid-1980s. I feel like I may have messed up their names a little. Please forgive me if I do. So in single loop learning, it is about making adjustments to quickly correct a mistake or problem. You may see a cause, but in single loop learning, it's typically not addressed. And then that's why we do double loop learning, in which we actually find the root cause for a problem and address it. Okay, so let's dive right into single loop learning. Okay, so this is a diagram of what single loop learning looks like. So in single loop learning, people, organizations, or groups modify their actions according to the difference between what they expect will happen and then what actually happens. So basically, it's when something goes wrong or doesn't occur the way that we want, and then we think about how to quickly fix it versus thinking about the root issue. Okay? So this is a very easy, basic example of what single loop learning would be. So our example here is a thermostat. So if the room gets too hot, then the AC turns on. And if the room gets too cold, then the heat will kick in. And that's it. So we're not thinking about why is the room getting so hot or why is the room getting cold. So we're not addressing the root cause, but we are fixing the situation, which is if the room is too hot, we'll just turn on the AC, and if the room is too cold, then we'll just kick in on the heat. Okay, so now we'll look at single loop learning in a work environment. So an example of that would be, let's say that you were supposed to turn in a document. You're supposed to do a quick task and you weren't able to turn it in on time, and your manager is upset with you. But your manager is not asking you why you weren't able to turn it on time. He just wants to see it on his desk ASAP. It's already late, but the way to fix it is turning it in as soon as possible. So that would be an example of single loop, and we'll see how this would be double loop later on in the presentation. Okay, so we are now going to go into double loop learning. Okay, so double loop learning differs from single loop learning in that the underlying causes behind the problem is actually addressed. So double loop learning is different than single loop learning, which involves changing the methods and improving efficiency to obtain the established objectives. So that's kind of thinking about like doing things right, versus double loop learning, which concerns changing the objectives themselves, which is, are we doing the right things? We're asking that question, are we doing the right things? Okay, so this is what the diagram for the double loop learning. Okay, so in double loop learning, we do the single loop, but we also think about the reason why, the root behavior or the root cause that resulted in this issue. So that's why we're adding the assumptions box on the top left that we see here. Okay, so now this would be an example of double loop learning that I'm about to mention to you. So remember earlier I was saying, hey, you didn't turn in a project on time and your manager just asked you to turn it in as soon as possible. Well, in double loop learning, your manager will actually sit down with you and ask you, why wasn't this project being turned in on time? Is there something that I could help you out with? Were the instructions not clear enough? Did you not receive enough time to do it? So we're looking at the root causes for why you weren't able to turn in the presentation on time. And so this is good because when you address the root cause, then you can prevent such a situation from happening again. So that's why double loop learning is so significant, because it prevents situations from reoccurring. Okay, you guys, I hope this was informational. I hope you guys learned from it, and if you have any questions, please comment below. Thank you. Bye.